Max Stern Athletic Center for Big Sunday. I'm Yoshua Siegel alongside Alex Salutsky. Alec, how you doing? Sunday morning.
Hello.
Big Sunday. What
Hello.
are you supposed to see out of these two teams this morning?
Well, on the Frisch side, they have the three-headed monster in the front court of Judah Strulowitz, Stevie Paul, and, of course, Jack Stepner.
Check.
Now, these guys, they're like guards in the post. They pass the ball so well on the inside, as we saw during Mag and David, the one bright spot in that game. And, you know, they could really use it to their advantage against a smaller team in Hebrew Academy in Miami. Now, for Miami, they have the quick guards with Ben Tall, Caleb Katz, and Noah Schiff. And then, of course, they have Jackus Formas hitting 30-footers. And, you know, that could, you know, with a team of big men and a team of guards, we'll see how this game goes. Teams will have to make adjustments, and it should be an exciting one here in this early Sunday morning game.
Well, we've got the RASG Warriors in blue and Frisch in white. Should be an exciting matchup. We have shooters. We've got everything going today. The starters will have Isaac Blumenthal, Jack Stepner, Max Mayeroff, Judah Strulowitz, and Stevie Paul. For Frisch, facing off against Ben Tal, Jackus Formas, Noah Schiff, Jacob Stein, and Caleb Katz for the RASG Warriors. We're excited. It's going to be a great Sunday here. Stay tuned all day long, and we'll be ready to roll.
It looks like Frisch has a change in their starting lineup. Moshe Schoenfeld is starting here today.
Seven.
Number 3.
I think Frisch is 6
And
also,
Frisch
right?
will control. It'll be Stevie Paul at the top of the key. Paul over to Mayeroff. And it'll be great defense by the Warriors as they look to push.
And just like I talked about before, the active hands, the quick guards of Miami could definitely give troubles to this bigger team.
And it'll be Ovachkin underneath, who shovels his feet and turns the ball over. And it'll be Schoenfeld setting up the offense. Oh, actually, never mind. It'll be back to Mayeroff as he sets up. Mayeroff over to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld inside.
Hey, Seabag down here. I cannot hear a thing.
See, that could be a problem if.
I think I don't think my battery's on or anything. So if you want to send some tech support over here, that'd be cool.
And lead to fast breaks for Miami.
And that'll be the missed shot for Lurie.
Seabag.
And rebounded by Frisch's Stepner. It'll be Mayeroff looking to
Seabag,
push.
can you hear me?
Outlet pass, and again a great defensive play by the Warriors.
We've seen
Text
that
him. You have
so
to text
many
him. He can't hear
times.
anything.
Did you guys hear me?
Schiff. He is such a great defender.
All right, yeah, I'll text you.
It'll be Schoenfeld. Mayeroff for 3, and he's got it. That's the first bucket of the game, and it's a beautiful-looking 3 from the Frisch's Mayeroff.
How many times have we seen that, not only in Sarich, but in basketball in general, where a broken play ends up leading to a wide-open 3, and he knocks it down?
Can we send Justin some tech support for me?
And that'll be Formas as he misses. Wide left.
I can't hear
Mayeroff
anything.
looking to push. Mayeroff's got Stepner.
I have to be on the bench.
Mayeroff again. Just
Someone send me a battery.
And in
I
and
see
out.
the battery.
As it's rebounded by Ben Tal. Ben Tal,
no one
a special
to send
player.
you
We'll
a
see what he
battery.
can do here this morning.
Yeah, definitely. We're all excited to see Ben.
I
Tal, even if
can't.
It's just a consolation game.
I don't want to.
And it'll be Mayeroff over to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld inside to Stepner, the runner, and he's got it. Frisch leads 5-0.
Soft touch from the big man. Man, he could do everything.
Srednik, I get what they want me to do. I just don't want to walk up the stairs.
He gives it over to Lurie. Lurie one-on-one, the jumper, and he's got it. 5-2, Frisch lead.
Knocking it over.
It's fun because his mic works, but he can't hear anything we're saying, so he'll never know if he actually has an
Great
interview.
shot there.
I told him, but he's being lazy.
And that'll be Stevie Paul, the up and under. And Frisch's offenses look good here early on Sunday morning. It's going to be a foul on Mayeroff.
Stevie Paul standing tall at 6'4". Man, he has the handles. He could really break down defenses. We see him, you know, a nice little floater, hitting it over the smaller guys. That's what Frisch has to do in this game. They just have to they have to stop turning it over, and they just have to get their big men involved.
And that'll be a Formas to 3. That also rims out. A lot of in and outs here this morning as Mayeroff looks to push. He's got Schoenfeld, and he's got Strulowitz. Doesn't see anyone. Strulowitz left-handed, just off the rim. As the Warriors look to push, it'll be Ben Tal controlling.
Great pass from Schoenfeld, finding the open guy in the middle. Seen that a lot during the Mag and David game, where a cutter would cut baseline, finding an open guy in the middle, and he would get an easy shot.
And that'll be Lurie going to the line for 2 as Stepner gives him a little too much body on the layup.
Now Lurie, he's just a junior in this game. It's interesting how he's getting the start over sophomore Jacob Stein.
This RASG team is full of juniors. And, yeah, they're just maturing up. Can you imagine how dangerous they're going to be next year?
And what's even more interesting is that why not start Jacob Stein? You know, you're going up against 2 6'4" guys and a 6'5" guy. Interesting call by the RASG coach. As they're down early, we'll see if it pays off later in the game.
Yeah, that's Coach Scott Berman. Let's see, it'll be Stepner at the top of the key. He gives it off to Mayeroff. Mayeroff looks to drive, has a cutter, and that's just rims out, but that's a foul, and that'll be Stevie Paul going to the line for 2.
How many times have we seen that in this game? The guy drives baseline, puts up a shot. They're using their size. They got to get it inside, and that's what they've been doing. I've talked about that a lot, I know. Because these big men, they're very skilled. They can get inside.
Back in this game, boys. I can hear me.
As the free throw is off from Stevie
Seabag's
Paul.
back.
Seabag's back. By the way, when I start off my game today, I'm going to say, guess who's
Stevie
back?
Paul trying
back
a
again. Avi and Tess are back. Tell a friend.
Nice
We're
crowd
here
here
on
for
Big
a Sunday
Sunday.
morning. RESG, we know they bring
Okay,
a bunch
but
of
I'm not
fans
in what
today.
type of-
They've got some people in the sense. This is the second
Zayner.
one, but that'll be just put in by Judith Strolowitz. As he's able to do the spot, he grabbed that board and put it right home.
Layup, floater. No threes from this Frisch team. We saw a long jumper earlier, but still, you know, they're really, really pounding it inside. They know RESG can't handle it, and they're up to an early lead.
And we're going to have another foul on Stepner. That's 2 on Stepner. Let's see if he'll stay in the game. Back at her Frisch here early on as one of their big mans might have to go to the bench.
Well, coming off the bench, they have also more big men. First of all, they start 3 of them, so if one goes down, they still could just put in maybe like a guy who's about 6'1", 6 foot, and still be okay on the size on the inside.
Now some good defense by Moshe Schoenfeld. Let's see what happens here. It'll go straight top to the key. The 3 for Moshe Goldring, and that rolls out. But it'll be as Formas grabs the board and can't connect. Another offensive rebound by the Warriors, and it'll be Bental controlling. Bental, he drives it. He gets fouled again. That's going to be, I think that's going to be the 3rd on Stepner. Is that 3? Is that 2?
Good take over there.
It's on, tell him that was on 25. Tell him 25 if the foul's on.
He's such a big part to this offense.
They're both 25 and 24 both have 2.
And if he's knocking down his threes,
Sredny
the
look
other
really good
team
for me.
really has to focus on him. Maybe take one of their better defenders, take him away from the ball, take him away from the play, because that's where Formas mainly operates.
Stepner has 2 fouls and Max Mayeroff has 2 fouls.
Great mid-range game.
Yeah. And that second foul is going to force Stepner to the bench as Alex Farkas steps in. It'll be Bental. He misses the second. And rebounded by Yair Siegel. I apologize. And it'll be.
Coach
That's
Coach wants you to turn on the
He
heat.
gives it over.
He says it's too cold in here.
Paul.
Blumenthal coming off the bench this game. He hit a couple of threes against MDY to keep it close in the first half. He's really important to this team.
Coach Schwartz says he wants you to turn on the heat. He says it's too cold in the gym.
These big men on Frisch, they're very good, they're very skilled.
I too want you to turn on the heat.
Step out and hit the 3. That could be that could be a lot more important.
It'll be a Swarmers controlling. He gives it up.
I think he's wearing a
in the corner. He drives, reverse layup, no good, as he's blocked. But Schiff's got it. He drives the lane, goes up for the layup, and that's a little bit too strong as it's rebounded by Isaac Blumenthal. Blumenthal looks to push. He's got the outlet to Yair Siegel, and he's blocked big time by Bental.
Bental has those great ups. We saw him in the game against Out of Ground. He dunked the ball on a fast break. He stands tall at 6'2", but he can fly. He's such a fast player. He can really jump high. And we can see there with that block.
Good morning
Jacob Stein now
to you.
For the Warriors. And a nice defensive play.
He's one of those producers.
Schiff.
Active hands from Schiff.
Don't forget, Justin, I got you.
It'll be inbounded. That's Stevie Paul underneath. And now back up to Blumenthal.
The best sideline reporter in all of Max Live.
He puts on a nice display of handles. Spin's going to be stolen by Tal. He's got all alone with Blumenthal on his back, and he'll finish the layup to cut this Frisch lead to just 3 points.
You could see how skilled Tall is there. First of all, having the active hands and getting the steal there. But when he was in midair in that layup, he kind of palmed that ball, adjusting in midair, kind of like avoid a block, and just gently lays it up and in. Such a great play, such finesse from such a great player.
And we'll see the first foul on Judah Strulowitz. 2:57 here left in this first quarter. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. In fact, it's Big Sunday here at the Maxton Athletic Center. Stay tuned all day. We've got great programming for you. And it looks like it's a little mishandled, but it'll go out to Noam Koritsky. He'll pull up, and that's short, but rebounded by Strulowitz. And that's out to Stevie Paul. Strulowitz again, big body, and he's going to get called. That's too many steps for a travel.
I like the defense from Miami. They have to switch to a zone because, they can't handle the big men inside. But what they have to do, they have to get a body on the ball when the shot goes up. We've seen so many times that Frisch is getting their offensive rebounds, and that can happen when you're playing in a zone.
And that'll be Goldring. He gives it up top for Schiff. Back to Goldring. And up top for Schiff as he swings it. And that's Lurie for three, and that's bottom.
Lurie has been fantastic this whole tournament. I saw it when I was watching him play against Valley Torrey. He had a clutch three in that one. And he's just, he's just a great player. And
a great look as Strulowitz is able to just hit the easy layup. Frisch goes back up by 2. And that'll be Bental. He just pulls the trigger, and that's bottom. That's a great play. He's lethal. When he gets hot, he can get going, and Frisch has got to be concerned with that.
One thing to note, RASG has just took the first lead of the game.
That is true, and it's been all Bental, and he's just been special here this morning. We just want to give a quick thank you to Clip Keepers as they sponsor our inbox. You can go to the Max Live webpage, click on the inbox on the top right corner, and let us know how we're doing, any feedback, any word, whatever you want to tell us, you let us know right there in the Clipped Keeper inbox. This timeout's just about over, and we've got about 2 minutes left to play in this first quarter. What have we seen so far?
Well, we've seen Frisch continuously attack on the baseline and getting it inside. That's what they're going to have to do in this game. I want to see them actually in this coming up in towards the end of this first quarter and in the second half. They need to start shooting a little bit more threes. That they can hit. We saw Frisch as they just turned it over. We saw them hit a bunch of threes last game.
And Bental unable to connect there, but he's going to get it. Looks like a little bit of a frustration foul. And let's see what happens. I just want to point out, if we're from Natan Serendi, Frisch has switched back to a man-to-man defense, and they're going to pay careful attention to Bental. They don't want those shots just falling for him easily, and they're going to pay more attention to him. It'll be Isaac Blumenthal controlling up top.
Well, we talked about how Frisch changed into a man-to-man. We haven't seen them in the half-court offense because there have been so many steals. But last game we saw against Valley Toro, they had Ryan Terrell, who stands tall at 6'6", guarding Ben Tall.
Oh, and a great play by Schiff as he finishes with the left hand. We've seen some great defense here from RASG early on, and that'll be Isaac Blumenthal controlling things for Frisch.
And to continue my point, Ryan Terrell, 6'6", guarding Ben Tall, who's 6'2". The size didn't make a difference for Ben Tall.
As Stevie Paul knocks down the jumper. This game, we could be seeing a lot of offense very soon. Teams are shooting. They're not afraid to shoot either. As the RASG coaches told them, keep shooting, don't be afraid, and let's get on top here.
Speaking of keep shooting, look who just checked back into the game.
Yeah, that's Jack Exformis, excuse me. And we know he could shoot. Him and Bental, when they get going, it could be scary. It'll be Moshe Schoenfeld. He's got it over to Stevie Paul. And inside, that's Yair Siegel. As Koritsky goes inside, and another great defensive play by the Warriors. As Exformis likes to push, he goes up with his body, and he's got the bucket.
Great adjustment in midair by Exformis. Not only a three-point shooter, but a great drive there.
With just 25 seconds left, shot clock will be off. Stevie Paul, and another steal by RASG. They've just been all over this Frisch offense. It'll be Exformis, the long three, and that just rims out. But rebounded, and the putback is no good. We got about 10 seconds left. Let's see what Frisch does. It'll be Schoenfeld with 6 seconds. 4 seconds left. It's Koritsky. Koritsky, the heave, and that's no good. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. And we will send it to a quick commercial break and be back with you in just 1 minute.
Hi, my name is Stephen Cohane from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm majoring in chemistry and minoring in public health. I came to IU for a strong education, a dedicated faculty, and a conducive environment for my spiritual growth. In my second year, I reached out to the chemistry professors to get involved in research. They all met with me and explained what they were doing, and I ultimately chose to work with Professor Barrios Landeros in her organometallic chemistry lab. Although I'm standing in front of a lab, I don't spend all my time here. As part of the honors program, I'm completing my thesis on musicology and linguistics under the mentorship of Professor Beliavsky. All this has prepared me for getting into dental school, which I will be starting next year.
And welcome back. We're just about set to start this second quarter here on Big Sunday, an early Sunday morning game between the RASG Warriors and the Frisch Cougars. We have seen an excellent first quarter. I'm Yoshua Siegel alongside Alec Salutsky. I'm sorry about that. Alec, what have we seen here in the first quarter?
Fast break, fast break, fast break, and that's mainly because of RASG's active hands and their steals. As we mentioned before, they're lacking the size in this one, but that doesn't mean they can't get a bunch of steals. You know, and Frisch really hasn't been able to stop them on the fast break.
And it'll be Schiff. He gives it up. That's Jacobstein, and that's short, but rebounded by Lurie. It'll be Esformis. Frisch playing D all over the place. He gives it up for Schiff.
We see Esformis really wants to pull that trigger. He just did not have the look there, but we'll see him. We'll see him come off screens, fading to the side and still knock down that shot. He's not afraid to shoot those.
And it'll be Esformis inbounding as Lurie will go to the bench, as Noah Dobin will see his first action here this morning.
With Lurie in the starting lineup to start this one, we saw that they were playing pretty much a five-guard set. You know, Esformis is 6'5", but he's definitely not a big man. He could probably get in the post, but we know he wants to shoot those threes. That's probably what they want to do. That's probably the defensive strategy.
And it'll be Esformis in traffic shooting it, and that's not going to go down. As Mayeroff looks to push. It'll be Mayeroff against Saka, and Mayeroff will draw the foul, goes to the line for two. The RASG coach just keeps telling them, keep shooting the ball. They know they're going to start falling. I mean, they have been falling, but they know they're going to get those looks. And the Frisch coach, he's a little bit worried about Stepner and Mayeroff. They've got to get going. Some of them are in foul trouble, and we'll see how they play out the rest of this half.
Well, I was just going to say that, you know, I see Stepner and Strulowitz on the bench right now, and Stevie Paul is really their only big man in the game. And I was thinking maybe he's trying to counter their small lineup that RASG has in the game, because they've been getting a ton of steals and leading to fast break. And when you have a bigger team, it's harder to get back. It's harder to move the ball around.
It'll be Bental working with that 2-point lead. And that's over to Saka. Up to Esformis. Esformis still looking to shoot. He wants those looks, but Stevie Paul has just been all over him. It'll be Esformis. That's over to Dobin. As Bental, he's got those handlers. He weaves through everyone and finishes the layup. What a play. I think every single one of the Frisch defenders took a piece of Bental on that drive.
Well, we saw a great hesitation from Bental. That fake crossover could really freeze the defender. And he just so fast. He just gets right in the lane and he uses his hops, gets an easy layup where no one can contest.
And it'll be Stevie Paul. It's over to Evan Chesner, who misses. And Chesner again with the board. It'll be Mayeroff. He's just going to spot up, shoot the three, and that rims out. Rebounded by Dobin.
I think that's the first three of the game for Frisch.
Now, Frisch nailed one earlier. I believe it's the second.
Okay.
But, yeah, they've not been looking to shoot. They've just been pounding the ball inside all game as the Warriors' shot goes out of bounds.
Well, they're going to have to shoot. You know, they don't have their big men in the game. And I will say they do look tired out there. RSG's really giving them a run for their money.
Yeah, they're quick. They came ready to play this morning. But let's see how Frisch responds as Blumenthal through the legs to Stevie Paul. What a pass. But it's going to go over to the RASG Warriors. And another turnover as Blumenthal gets the best of it. Outlet to Evan Chesner. And he'll reset back up to Schoenfeld. It'll be Mayeroff. The bounce pass to Stevie Paul. A gorgeous play as Stevie Paul finishes the layup.
Nothing will scare this RASG defense. They get burned on the inside pass for under the legs, but right away after that, the ball gets knocked away and gets on for a steal. And they get a steal. And
that'll be Dobin from the corner, and he's got it. What a stroke.
Great shot by Dobin. Didn't really see much of him during the game against Valley Torah. Steps in there, increases the lead to 5.
And that'll be Chesner from the corner. That's out, but a great, nice effort by Blumenthal. He's able to keep the possession alive for Frisch. That'll be Mayeroff the floater, and that gets nothing but air.
Great ball movement, great extra pass. I would have liked to see another extra pass there. But, you know, the floater, it's a tough shot to make, even if it's open.
And now it'll be Saka. Gives it up first. Formas again, the deep three, and that's a little too strong, but rebounded by Jacob Stein. He puts it up from the foul line, and that'll be no good as well. Rebounded by Mayer off of Frisch.
Now they have to maximize their possessions. They got an offensive rebound. They can move the ball around. Offensive rebound's prime for getting good open looks. They need to really maximize that opportunity.
And that'll be Stevie Paul. That's up to Mayeroff. Mayeroff thinks about it, but he'll just reset the offense with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Mayeroff working against Saka. Inside to Stevie Paul from the free throw line. He's got it. A great look play. Way to set up for Frisch and way to execute that possession.
Looks like his Formas is a little tired on that as Stevie Paul quick on that jumper. Great shot. Great play by Frisch to get it inside there for the easy jumper.
And they're going to call that on the ground as his Formas wanted the shots. RASG leads by 3, 4:23 to play here in the first half as his Formas will inbound in just a second. But first, we'll see Alex Farkas get his first action as he replaces Jacob Stein. It'll be Bental and Tess Formas. Bental over to Formas. The Formas again the three, and he's got it. That must feel good. He's missed the last couple, but he looked good on that one.
Finally is what the RASG fans are thinking. Finally, Jackus Formas got one to go. It was only a matter of time.
And that'll be Mayeroff drawing the foul, going up for two. He'll look to cut into this Frisch lead. As the lane's just been all over them. They haven't been able to get much inside. I think I've seen Frisch shoot a lot more mid-range. The threes aren't really going for them. And the low post is definitely not going for them. They're trying to work on that mid-range, and that's where they found their best shot so far. It'll be Mayeroff in to Chesner as he's able to finish the lay-in and cut this RASG lead to just 4 points.
Great play by Chesner there. Great ball movement by Frisch. Great play setup.
As his Formas misses that three, it'll go off the hands of Mayeroff. And the ball will stick with the Warriors.
We know his Formas is a great three-point shooter. We know he's not afraid to shoot. But it would be nice to see he takes a couple of dribbles up the court and just pops a three. Such a short possession. This game, they're only up by 4 here. It's not like they're up by a lot. And, they really need to, like I said before, maximize their possessions, okay? We know that they have such a great player in Ben Tall that can create for any of his teammates. He should probably tell as Formas, hey, we're going to get you the ball back. We need you to score to win this game.
And they're going to be in the bonus as Ben Tall is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. We've seen a lot of hands-on. It's led to a lot of fouls. And let's see if Ben Tall can take advantage here for the Warriors. He'll miss the first. Rebounded by Stevie Paul as Mayeroff pushes. It'll be Mayeroff into the corner for Chesner, but that'll go off his hands as it's too much for him to handle. And that's another turnover for the Frisch Cougars.
Frisch looks scared. They've turned the ball over a lot, and they're just an unforced turnover there. A lot of them have been forced, but that one just was unforced. They need to settle down.
And that's going down. That's a push-off on Bental. That's at least Bental's second. Let's see if he comes out. And that'll do it in the second quarter for Bental as he's replaced by Schiff.
It's an interesting dynamic, For big men, it's a lot easier for them to get fouls because they're in the paint, when players drive. We don't really see a lot of fouls on jump shooters. It's interesting to see the coach of RASG take out Bental, even though he has 2 fouls. I know he has 2 fouls, and he's very valuable to this team. But I think maybe he could stay in because Frisch is looking to cut into this lead as they have slowly by slowly.
And that's Paul again from the free throw line, not able to buy a bucket there. As Sultan pushes for the Warriors. It'll be his Formas again for three, and that's no good again. He keeps firing. He's not afraid, regardless of what happens, and we're going to get a timeout. I think we're going to get a timeout, unless that was just a... Was that whistle a mistake, or are we going to see a timeout?
Looks like an official timeout. Maybe a keep on the floor. A clipped keep on the floor.
We want to thank Clip Keepers again for their inbox. Please send us your messages here at Max Live. It'll be Mayeroff. He's working against Schiff for RASG. It'll be Mayeroff. That's Strolowitz. Chesney looking to shoot a pump fake. Strolowitz, big guy inside. He's got 2 men. Lefty and one. Strong play as he takes advantage of the weaker RASG defenders.
Great great extra passes by Frisch. We saw he was going to go up for the shot. He decided to pass out of it, found an open guy. He makes a great pass. He almost got stolen to Strulowitz. Strulowitz uses his size to get inside and draw the foul and one. Great play.
Strulowitz will have one shot here as he misses it, and that's, and a great defensive play by Mayerov, and he'll get it in one. What a that wasn't Mayerov, I'm sorry, that was Chesner, and what a sequence from Frisch. 2 quick possessions, 2 and-ones, and let's see if this trip down the floor could conclude with 5 points from the Cougars.
Taking a page out of RASG's book, getting the steal and making the shot. Great heads-up defense there by Chesner, and he will look to capitalize as Frisch looks to take back the lead after being down by 6 earlier in this quarter.
And he'll complete the 3-point play, giving Frisch 5 points down this side of the floor. And it'll be Schiff. He controls 2.5 minutes here to play in this first half. We've seen a great battle so far. It'll be Lurie, gives up for Farmas again, and that's a little too strong. It'll be Mayerov. He looks to push. He's got Schiff, the defender. Thinks about pulling up a lot of nifty moves, and he gives it over. And that's Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld the floater, and we're going to see another foul. That's RASG's 9th foul. They've been all over this Frisch offense as Schoenfeld will go to the line looking to extend this Frisch lead.
Coming up in a little bit over 2 minutes, we have the Step It Up halftime show. Step It Up has been a sponsor for the 7th straight year of this of Max Live and of this Sarachek tournament.
We're looking forward to that halftime show. You guys should too. It'll be a fun time out there. And we've just got about 2:11 left until we're able to get you guys there. But it'll be Schoenfeld looking to hit a second. And he does just that as Frisch goes up by 3.
We see Noah Schiff checking back into the game. He's been such a bright star for this team. I know they have Bentall. I know they have Jackis Formas. Cannot forget about Noah Schiff. He is such a great player, such a great defender. And it really seems like he's cool and composed. You know, this team, this RASG team, they've been turning the ball over. And just as I said that, Schiff turns it over. But they've been turning the ball over. And it really seemed they really look to Schiff to really control that offense and slow things down.
Oh, and it'll be Schoenfeld inside to Koritsky, and he's just clobbered by Sultan of RASG. He'll go to the line for 2 as RASG is in the double bonus.
Great pump fake there. When you're a guard and you're in the post, you don't really have that size to get to get the ball over the defenders. You got to use that pump fake, get the guy in the air, and that's exactly what he did there.
It'll be Koritsky at the line for 2 as he misses the first.
Got to capitalize on these free throws. Frisch, their last couple of points have been from free throws. You know, they got the M1s. They got to capitalize on the free throw line.
They'll look to extend their lead to 4 as Koritsky is able to knock down the second. RASU will bring it up. That's Schiff. He's looking to push, trying to catch a Frisch defense sleeping. But it'll be Lurie. That's over to Dobin. Dobin thinks about it. Now he'll shoot it. And in traffic, that's a little too far. And RASG looks like Sultan just couldn't get a handle on it, and he throws the ball out of bounds. And checking in for Frisch, it'll be Zev Rodenstein as he sees his first action here on Big Sunday, first game Sunday morning. It'll be Schoenfeld. He'll work against Tal. Schoenfeld out. What a play. That's Koritsky for 3, and that's good. Great handles by Schoenfeld and a great pass as he's able to see the weak side.
Frisch really spread the floor there well that time. Great pass. Seemed like it was going to be intercepted. Went right over the defender's head to a wide-open shooter, and he nails the 3.
And Bentall trying to answer with a long 3 of his own, and that's no good as Schoenfeld will bring it up with just under a minute to play. It'll be Schoenfeld. Over to Hirsch. I'm sorry, I got the name wrong for. Sorry, it was Hirsch. And it'll be Bentall forcing the turnover. Bentall 2-on-1. Oh, it looked like he got hit, but he's not going to get a call. Frisch has numbers up court. And that'll be Chesner not able to finish. As Schiff looks to push, he's got Bentall, and Bentall will miss the open layup, gets his own board. He'll go up again and able to finish. Cuts his Frisch lead to just 5 with 25 seconds as the shot clock is turned off. And we'll see if Frisch holds for 1.
Bentall thanking his team. You know, Bentall, he got hit on that last play, looked a little bit shaken up, was slow to get up the court, stayed there. The team made a great play, great defensive play, and Bental was there already down the court. It just had a nice, easy pass. Great effort on offensive rebound.
And with 5 seconds left, it'll be rebounded by Hirsch. That'll be Schofel from the corner, and that's no good as this will take us to halftime. It is halftime, and that means we are sending it down to Natan Sredny at the Frisch bench, who's with Coach Schwartz. Natan, over to you.
Okay, Coach, you were able to build a nice lead after being down early in the half. How do you want to keep this up and grow your lead?
If we can keep the defensive pressure, which is what we do, we'll be fine in the second half, and we just keep moving on offense, and we'll be good. Everything will make some easy shots. We just got to convert more. We'll be fine. We're good.
All right. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Quick break, and we'll be back with the Step It Up halftime show here at the Max Stern Athletic Center.
Welcome to Step It Up.
And welcome back to the Step It Up halftime show. I'm Yoshua Siegel alongside Alex Salutsky. We just want to take a minute to thank Step It Up for sponsoring our halftime show. Step It Up campus now in New Jersey. They have a beautiful campus, double the number of indoor courts, and just an hour and a half away from all our New York, New Jersey markets. If you want to stay long, if you want to stay short, they have 2 to 8 week options available, as well as an Israel program. Over 50 players who are currently competing at Sarachek are campers at Step It Up. That's about 25% of players have spent time at Step It Up. And if you were curious, they have 6 YU players. 6 YU players who will be coaches at Step It Up this summer. Also, just to mention, we have Frisch playing in this game. That's Daniel Tamir, the assistant coach. He will be a coach also as well at Step It Up this summer. To learn more, call 888-600-0908. That's 888-600-0908. Or visit timetostepitup.com. That's timetostepitup.com. We've seen an unbelievable first half, back and forth. Alec, what did you see in that first half?
I mean, we saw a little bit of everything there. I mean, mainly we saw the fast break, and that has been such a big part of RASG's game. You know, I've mentioned a million times, and I'm sorry for the fans at home, but I'm going to probably mention it again, but they're lacking size. And what they need to do in this game to keep it close against the three-headed monster of Frisch is they have to get the steals, they have to get the fast break, and they have to be smart. Okay, when you're smaller and you have more guards, you have to be smarter. Because if your mistakes will lead to easy buckets by Frisch. So they've been very good with that. I saw one thing I noticed at the end of that first half was that RASG got a little tired there. Their offense was not flowing. They were shooting one pass shot. We're not moving the ball. Pump fake, ill-advised drives against the bigger Frisch team. They need to get back to that great RASG offense, get the ball into the hands of their star, Bental, let him create for this team, and that'll really gear them. I mean, they're down by 5. They're up by 6 before, an 11-point swing in that second quarter. They need to continue with the active hands, continue getting steals, and continue getting their fast break, because that's been their bread and butter this whole game. And for Frisch has been, if they can.
All right, and just before we continue with Frisch, we are going to send it to Avi Seabag on the RASG Warrior sideline with head coach Scott Berman.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Early morning. Yeah, I know your team looked like they had it in the beginning and they lost it a little bit. What's the key to getting going right now?
I mean, they just got to play harder defensively. I mean, look, it's, you can't sugarcoat it. I mean, it sucks to be playing at 9 a.m. in a consolation game, but it is what it is. I told the seniors, go have some fun. It's been a long season. They've had a great year. I mean, we're 18-5. We've done a lot of good things. So this is about fun now. This is about letting the guys go out there and enjoy themselves, getting some of our younger guys on the court. I mean, we're just playing for fun. I just want them to play hard and enjoy themselves. That's really what it's about right now.
One thing I heard you mention was that shooting. You want everyone to just let it fly.
I mean, I wanted to let it fly on a couple of passes, on some movement, not just catch, shoot, throw it up there. But, it is what it is. But it's just basketball. It's just fun.
Thanks, Coach. All right, back to you guys.
That was great. We heard the coach. We've been talking about it all morning. They just keep shooting. He wants the seniors to have a good time out there. I'm sure he's happy with that. We've seen Asformis. Asformis is a senior, and he's taking advantage. He's letting it fly. We'll see if he can knock down just a few more in this second half as things are just about ready to go.
And as I made the point before, dribble, shoot, pass, shoot, that's not going to get it done. And even the coach knows. He's like, I would like to see a lot more ball movement with them, and then they could let it fly. We'll see what they do in the second half here. And what Frisch did well in that first half, besides for all the turnovers, that were mainly caused by RASG's great defense, they moved the ball so well. Such unselfish play. They got a lot of easy shots, a lot of wide open looks. And that's what they're going to have to do. They just have to stop turning it over, and they should be fine.
And it'll be Stepner who's got top of the key. He looks inside for Strolowitz. Collapsed on him as Stepner, who will see his first action in a while, as foul sidelined him early in the first half. And it'll be Stepner in the corner. He lets it fly, and that's no good as it's rebounded by Schiff as he looks to push. He's got Maroff on his back, but he gives it up. That's his form. It's back to Schiff for 3, and that's a little too strong as it's rebounded by Strolowitz. It'll be Maroff who sets up the offense for Frisch. Maroff against Schiff. Into the corner. That's Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld up for Stepner. Let's see how Stepner responds after a lot of time off. And it'll be Maroff again guarded by Schiff. We've seen a lot of them two going back and forth here early in the second half.
Noah Schiff, once again, poking that ball away. He sees the ball there. He's driven a little bit high. Just pokes it right out. Next time it should lead to a turnover and a fast break. And once again, it tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, a lot of hands-on defense here. And it'll be Stepner. He will pop. That's a 2, and that's a little too strong as it goes out of bounds off Frisch.
Let us remind you, the folks at home, there is a double line there at the three-point line. I think that was a 3. It looked like it was a 2 because his foot was on the outer line. But, we're in this is the high school still. We got the inner line, the college line. That is a three-pointer. It still counts as a 3, but you can take a step in.
And it'll be Esformis, the long 3, but he's going to be fouled by Stevie Paul. He'll go to the line for 3, trying to extend this Frisch lead.
Stevie Paul has done a great job guarding Jackus Formas. Jackus Formas, he hit 1-3 there, maybe hit a layup, but overall, just been doing a fantastic job. Just getting in his head, making him miss shots, contesting, making him pass out of looks that he would normally shoot.
And we want to take a minute to thank one of our sponsors. That's Play Hard, Pray Hard. Elevate your game. Play Hard, Pray Hard is at the intersection between connecting with God and athletic performance. Check out playhardprayhard.com to join the community of connected ballers. As Esformis knocks down the second free throw, it'll be just a 3-point Frisch lead. Takes the third, and that's good as well. A 2-point Frisch lead here early on in the second half. This could be an excellent second half, and let's see what else is in store. As Schoenfeld will work against, that's Bental. He's been the story here today. And it'll be inside to Stepner. Stepner using his body. And that's a foul as it just rolls off the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The point for his Formas, we see a lot of great shooters when they're struggling. What will get them going is knocking down free throws. So maybe that'll, ignite him. Maybe he'll start hitting.
Yeah, he's been a fun shooter all season as Stepner cannot connect on the first free throw.
Yeah, definitely. Fun is the exact word, what we want to describe for S. Formas. We see him. He's just such a great shooter. He can make such great shots, such difficult shots, and make them look easy. And that's what we fans like to see.
And it'll be Stepner on the second. He'll knock that one down. Frisch leads by 3. Schiff taking a lot of the point guard duties away from Tal here today. And it'll be inside. That's Jacob Stein. He gives it out. That's Lurie, the long 3, and he's got it. That's bottom. We've got a tie ball game here in the third quarter.
Huge shot from Lurie. He has been so good this whole tournament. Lurie knocking it down again. No hesitation. Great pass from Stein. Stein looking to shoot, but he decided, I got some open shooters on the outside. I'm going up against some big men here.
And Stepner can't handle the pass. That's another turnover. I mean, it's high school. We see a lot of turnovers. That's all right. But we've seen an excellent display of skill here today. Shooters, drivers, just about everything with very skilled teams here this morning.
They don't have a lot of time on those passes. They don't have a lot of time to think on those passes. Sorry.
Lurie again, the long 3. Stepped right into that one as RASG gets the lead back. They're back up by 3.
Picking it up for the struggling is Formas. That's his third 3 of the game. I think he's 3 for 3 on the game, actually. He's been very, very good for them. He's been the one keeping them in the game, giving them the lead.
Let's see if they go back to Lurie. But no, that'll be Esformis. And he's bottom. That's good. RASG comes out, lights out here in the third quarter.
We knew it was going to happen. We knew Esformis was going to get going. Maybe the inspiration from Lurie hitting the threes inspired Esformis to hit those threes, hit that 3 also. And their lead is now up to 6. The three-point shooting can be a huge part to anybody's game. We see it a lot. It's March Madness this week. I mean, it's March Madness here at Sarachek, but also in the Division I college basketball tournament. We always see the David versus Goliath. What keeps the Goliaths in the game is that three-point shooting. I was watching the Kentucky versus Davidson game, and that Davidson team, they were down, and they just kept hitting 3 after 3 after 3 to keep them in the game and almost won that game. So 3 is a huge momentum swinger, huge part to these games.
And let's see how Frisch responds. It'll be Schoenfeld. He gives it for Stepner. Thinks about Paul. He'll go back inside the Strowitz. Strowitz with his body. Stepner mishandling a lot of basketballs here early on. And it'll be Mayeroff. That's back to Strowitz. Mayeroff the 3, top of the key. And that's too strong, rebounded by Tal. Tal gets up there on those boards as he looks to push here for the RASG Warriors. It'll be Tal, a three of his own, and that's a little too short as we're going to have a foul on Stepner. And that's going to, I think that was on Stepner, unless they called it on, no, never mind, that was not on Stepner. That was a defensive foul. That's going to go on Jacob Stein. As we're getting word from the Frisch bench, they just want to settle down and count on their shooters. It'll be Stepner, and that pass is a little too strong as the ball goes back to the Warriors.
Settle down is exactly what they need to do. You know, they've been trying to force it inside. They have the size advantage, but they need to, you know, they could settle down as Formas missed that three. They need to settle down, maybe try to look for the outside shot because they've just been turning it over. And if you're turning it over, you're not even getting any shots up. And
it'll be Stepner inside. That's Stevie Paul. Stevie Paul, the little lay, and he can't get it. Gets his own miss. Goes up strong. Great defense. And Stevie Paul looking for a player will just throw it out of bounds.
Causing havoc is what Noah Schiff has been doing this whole entire game, this whole entire tournament, and this whole entire season. The senior has stepped up mightily for this team.
And Coach Berman of RASG just wants Lurie to keep shooting that ball. And let's see, it'll be Lurie. He'll shoot that ball, and that comes up a little short. It'll be Mayeroff pushing against Schiff.
No hesitation there, but why should he? He's hit three already this game, and especially his coach is telling him to let it fly. He's been so great this game hitting the three.
Oh, and Strolowitz fouled hard by Schiff, and he'll get a chance for two at the line, trying to cut into the 6-point Warriors lead. Let's see what we can do. It's been an exciting third quarter here. Big Sunday, first game Sunday morning. An exciting day. Please stay tuned all day. You will not be disappointed. That I can promise. As Strolowitz knocks down the first free throw, it's a 5-point Warriors lead.
Almost halfway through this third quarter, Frisch has really struggled getting the ball in the basket. You know, they've been turning it over. You know, they missed a couple of shots, but mainly they probably turned it over more than they've missed shots. They just need to settle down, work the ball around the perimeter, and, you know, shoot a couple more threes.
Strolowitz knocks down second, but it'll be Stein. Big guy. He gets inside with the lay, and that's some good footwork from Stein.
Great play by the sophomore. He's the rising star, one of the few. I think Lurie is also only a junior. He is. These two guys are going to have to pick up the slack for these seniors that are leaving for next year.
And it'll be Koritsky. Strolowitz can't handle the pass from him as RASG looks to push, and that'll be his Formas not being able to connect on the layup. But it'll go right back at him. He likes that three. He'll shoot it. And again, a little too short from S. Formas. It'll be Koritsky pushing against Schiff. Koritsky resets. Goes over to Paul. Paul, a big man, but he likes playing that outside game as well, along with the mid-range. Mayeroff trying to pass, and we'll have a kick off Lurie's foot.
That was a great play by Lurie on the offensive end there. You know, getting the offensive rebounds and making a nice pass to his Formas. Shooter to shooter can be deadly. I know big to big can be deadly in the post, but shooter to shooter, when you got two guys, two great shooters on your team, and both of them are encouraging each other to hit the shot and both making nice passes to each other, that could be deadly for any defense.
And it'll be Stepner inside to Koritsky. Koritsky all over the place, can't handle it. Bental pushes. He's got Stepner, the pull-up J, and he's got it. RASG believe their biggest lead of the morning. They'll go up by 8 with just under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Mayeroff against Schiff. He's in the corner. Inside to Paul. Paul, big man lay in, and that's just a little too short. Great defense by RASG as Stepner's foot's on the line, and that's another turnover. Stepner has just not been able to find his groove early on in this third quarter.
Bental, great shot on the other end on the previous offense possession. He just looks like a basketball player. You know that when that player has that look, he's just a great player. He just looks like a basketball player. That's what Bental is.
And that'll be Lurie just able to throw it in there. That's a 10-point lead, and I believe it's the first double-digit lead of this entire ballgame. And Stevie Paul almost gets the ball to go, but he'll go to the line for 2 with just 2:21 to play in the third quarter.
And we want to thank Sammy's Bagels providing us with breakfast. We're here for Sarachek for 4 days. Every single one of these mornings we get a great breakfast, great bagels from Sammy's Bagels.
As Mayeroff is able to respond with a 3 of himself, 3 of his own. And it'll be Bental. Pressure defense from Frisch. Bental weaves through everyone, but it gets to Lurie in the corner. Bental in the corner now. He thinks about it, but great defense by Schoenfeld. It'll be Tal back up to Lurie. Lurie thinks about it. And now it's Formas. has himself up top. He'll drive the lane, puts up a wild floater from the free throw line. He'll get that one to go. RASG back up by 9 as Mayeroff will control for Frisch.
Great midair adjustment by Isformis. That was such a nice shot. He's such a soft touch there with that floater. Floater's a hard shot to make, especially when you have to make the adjustment, and he knocked it down just as Stepner did. Stop touch from the big man.
And then we will have a timeout from Frisch as we'll go to a quick commercial break. And we're back. Third quarter, 1:35 to play. RASG holding a 7-point lead. We have seen a fun third quarter, a lot of shooting, a lot of driving, great defense, hands-on balling, and it has been fun.
Guys stepping up, guys like Noah Schiff, guys like Lurie, and guys like Stein really putting together this run for RASG. We saw Isformis hit a 3. We saw Isformis hit a layup. We saw Tull hit another shot there. But really, we have to remember that they were down in this game. Frisch was up early in this quarter. And what really sparked that run was a 3 from Lurie, a layup by Stein, and continuous, relentless defense from Schiff. We really sparked that. And when your role players are playing well, your stars will step up. And, you know, they got a 7-point lead is a really nice lead for them right now.
And it'll be Lurie, that's Schiff. Schiff looking to create. He's guarded by Koritsky. Heavy defense as Lurie works against Siegel, and we'll have a foul. Not a lot of fouls here early on, but that'll be Frisch's second.
A bit of a hand check there. Ticky-tack foul called by the ref. He does not want any of that here.
It'll be Bental to inbound. He's got Schiff. Schiff against Koritsky again. Schiff in the middle. He's got Dobin. Right back to Schiff. Schiff's got it in the corner. Let's see what he'll do. 25 on the shot clock. Schiff, the floater, and he's got it. Nice play by Schiff.
Showing his offensive game there. Rewarding himself from the defensive game. Getting some points there. Definitely deserved there for Schiff. Great shot. Great play.
It'll be Stepner, top of the key. Gives it inside for that's Siegel. All over the place. Looked like a block, but we're going to get a foul. Bental asking for a travel, but it's not going to happen.
It did look like he took a few extra steps. The ref did not see it, but he needs to capitalize here. You know, he got lucky there. We'll see what he can do.
This will be Yair Siegel at the line looking to cut into this Warriors lead. He'll miss on the first. Left it very short. And let's see if he can knock down this second.
Put a little bit more into that.
It'll be Siegel on the second. He's got that one. Puts Frisch just at a deficit of 8 points. As Bental, he weaves through everyone. That's going to end an easy layup for Jacob Stein on the other end as RASG goes up by 10 with just 40 seconds to play here in this third quarter. It'll be, that's Max Silverman.
Well, I'm assuming Frisch is not going to stay in this press.
Sorry, that was Max Mayeroff. I don't know why I got that name wrong. It's the early morning here. If the coach says it, the coach is giving his team a little bit of leeway because it's the morning. We can take a little bit of leeway too. But let's see as RASG looks like they're going to hold for one. Bental holds it just over half court as Mayeroff is going to lay off a little bit. And let's see with 7 seconds, it'll be Bental starts moving in against Mayeroff. 3 seconds. Tal up top, the alley-oop to Stein, and that's good! As the buzzer sounds of the third quarter, what a play! They're having fun. I'm sure the coach is happy, and it will take you to a quick commercial break, and we'll have you back just in time for the fourth quarter. And we're back for the fourth quarter. It's Big Sunday. It's early Sunday morning. We just saw an alley-oop from the Warriors to close out that third quarter. Guess what? That play drawn up by the coach. That's exciting.
Great play. Great recognition from the coach. Bental, one of the most dynamic, one of the most skilled players in this tournament. I thought he was going to shoot that shot. I thought he was going ISO all the way. That's what great players do at the end of quarters and the end of games. But great pass, great play drawn up.
And it'll be Schiff. He goes up top to Swarmis. Swarmis the heave from deep. Gets knocked down. No foul calls. He missed it. And Bental will get called for the foul. He's not happy. Just being a little extra aggressive on the defensive end.
It seems like his Formas is getting a little antsy with that shot. You know, he has such an interesting release. He kind of shoots a little bit like Matt Bonner, kind of like that low point shot, but he's able to adjust in midair as he kind of like moved it away from the defender and shot it from his side.
And as Isaac Blumenthal gives it for Strolowitz, it'll be Schoenfeld. Back up top to Stevie Paul. Strolowitz doesn't see a defender behind him, but it goes up top. That's Mayeroff, the high arcing three. That's no good, rebounded by Tal. It'll be Bental pushing. The floater, top of the key, that's a little too strong, but he gets his own miss. He's all over the place as it goes off his leg, and it'll be Frisch ball.
Hey, let it fly, right? Have some fun. That's exactly what Bental is doing. That's exactly what this whole entire Miami team is doing. Especially, they're having fun for sure. With that alley-oop, that just shows how much fun they're having with this.
And let's see what Coach Schwartz has told his player. Coach Schwartz, we know he wants his team to just play hard to the end. This could be one of their last games of the season. And it'll be out to Stevie Paul. Stevie Paul back up top to Schoenfeld. As Schoenfeld controls, 21 seconds left on the shot clock. And it'll be Mayeroff. He works against his Swarmis. And we're going to get a foul on his Swarmis. He's not happy, but, you know, it's a consolation game. Everyone's having a good time. And let's see what Frisch does now.
We're talking about these last games for these seniors. The senior on RASG, Bental, he's actually, you know, he's had a very storied career here at RASG. He came in here as a sophomore in Sarachek and just wowed the crowd. We were so excited to see what was going to come of him when he got older, and he's definitely not disappointed. Next year he's going to a JUCO college, Miami-Dade, to play more basketball. Maybe we could see him try to maybe step up into D1 school. That's what some of these JUCO players do.
And it'll be Mayeroff connecting on the first of a 1-and-1, and he'll connect on the second as well. It's a 10-point lead. Let's see what Frisch can do as they go into the full court press. It'll be Schiff over to Lurie. Back to Schiff. And he gives it up for Bental. Bental working against Stevie Paul. He'll weave through the lane, gives it out, but it'll be Stevie Paul all over it as he runs the possession for Frisch. Stevie Paul, top of the key, gives it off to Mayeroff. Mayeroff thinks about it, and he'll get called for a walk as he takes steps before he corrals the ball in.
You got to get the ball to Bental on the press. Bental single-handedly can break any press, especially this one Frisch. We saw him do it multiple times. We'll see what Lurie can do. Hopefully he won't turn this ball over.
And it'll be Lurie. He'll take it himself. The lay-in, and we're going to get a blocking foul as Lurie will go to the line for two, looking to extend this RASG lead.
Go up and block that shot. You know, you're 6'4". That's Strulowitz. Don't try to take that charge there. It ended up being a block. You know, if you contest the ball at the rim, Lurie seemed to be having more of a presence on the outside. You know, we haven't really seen so much of his inside game. You got to go up strong and try to contest that layup instead of trying to drive that charge as he knocked down both of those free throws.
Yeah, Lurie looking good from the free throw line. And it will be that's not Mayeroff. That's Isaac Blumenthal. And it'll be now it will be Mayeroff working against his Swarmis. Mayeroff inside against his Swarmis. Take a lot of steps, and he's going to be called for the traveling violation. Another turnover. We've seen a lot of turnovers this morning. As it'll be Schiff bringing up the ball, working against Mayeroff. It'll be Schiff. He gives it for Jacob Stein. Up to Swarmis. Swarmis, the high arcing three. That's again too short. We've seen him take about just 8 threes in this game. And he's not been able to connect in this early morning. But now it'll be Bental, 3 of his own. That's too far. Rebounded by Stein. Stein, the big man, goes up, and the layup is missed. But rebounded by Blumenthal as Schoenfeld looks to push. He'll go up. That's Dobin, way bigger than him. He'll give him the foul. And Schoenfeld will go to the line for 2, trying to make this a 10-point game. 5:35 to play Again, we'd like to thank Sammy's Bagels for providing breakfast this morning. That's Sammy's, Queen Anne Road. Next time you're in Teaneck, make sure to visit. As Schoenfeld can't connect on that first free throw, and we'll see Stepner coming back into the game for Strolowitz. Schoenfeld will try again. And that's also too strong as it's rebounded by Tal. Tal will work against Schoenfeld.
Got to capitalize on those free throws. You know, you're down, the clock is stopped. You really have to make those free throws.
And Ben Tal pulls the trigger from deep, and that's no good. It'll be Blumenthal looking to push. Let's see if Frisch can respond here. And it'll be Schoenfeld up top to Blumenthal. Blumenthal takes it himself, the lefty lane, and that's good. 10-point game with just over 5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. It'll be Asformis who brings it up the court at the other end. Over to Schiff. Schiff driving the lane, 3 defenders, and he's going to draw the foul, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Schiff is not afraid. He's probably one of the smallest guys on the court right now. Getting into inside with those trees there. Not afraid at all. Drawing the foul. Great play by Schiff.
Let's see if he can extend this lead. First one will fall as RASG goes up by 11. Just rims out on the second, but Jacob Stein able to fight for it, and we'll get a jump ball, and it's going down, Frisch ball. RASG is in the bonus. Frisch will have to be careful on defense. It'll be Blumenthal. He's got Schiff. Double team comes. Lobs it to Stepner, but the defender's just too all over the place to squeeze that one in. It'll be Schiff. Against Stepner, corner, Lurie. Up top, that's Tal. Tal, the pull-up, nope. Pump fake, and that's for Schiff. Schiff to drive, he'll pull up now, and that's just too short as it's rebounded by Stevie Paul. He looks to push.
We saw great ball movement there from RASG. You know, we kind of took a little bit of a contested shot. We kind of want to see them finish that play, finish that great ball movement.
And Asformis over to Schiff. Got the open look, that's no good. Rebounded, that's Lurie, he'll take it in. Misses on lip, gets no rebound, out to Asformis. Asformis the 3, and that's bottom as RASG goes up. Their biggest lead of the morning, that's 14.
Great play there by Lurie. Great offensive rebounds. You know, he's been hitting the threes there. I questioned his inside game before, but definitely great rebounder inside on the offensive end. And hitting Asformis. This time, Asformis hit the 3 after the last one he missed. Great play there by Lurie.
And RASG will get the ball back as Schiff brings it up the court. He'll work against Kuritsky. And that's into Asformis. Let's see what Asformis does. I know he wants to shoot. And looking for a foul. He heaves it up there. Hits the rim, though, but rebounded by Schiff. Back out to Asformis. Loses the ball. Schiff gives it in. It'll be Bental wide open, the long 3. And that's a little too strong as it goes off. They're going to say it's off Frisch. Frisch is not too happy about it, but they'll call a timeout. And it looks like we have a bunch of subs coming in for the Cougars. What have we seen? It's been the Warriors. This story of this second half, they've just controlled the whole way. Their offense, their defense. What have you seen, Alec?
Well, Frisch cannot get anything going on the offensive end. You know, they've been struggling all game to even get shots off. And then when they do, they're not used to getting those shots off, and they've just been missing. You know, RSG, they're up by 14 now, okay? They only scored 44 points, Frisch, that is, in this entire game. There's under 4 minutes left. They really have to get going. Maybe they'll, you never know. You never know. Frisch is a great team, great organization, great coaching, year in and year out.
Also, it's a Tier 1 consolation game. These guys are having fun. If they let it fly, you never know what could happen. We've seen crazy things in Sarachek. There is a shot clock. We're not going to see a lot of holding the ball. There's still 3.5 minutes left, and let's see what they have in store for us this morning.
And when you say consolation, you're right. You know, there really is nothing on the line besides just winning this game. You know, you're not going to win the Tier 1 championship with this game. You know, you could have fun. You can have a lot of fun. You know, they might hit 3 straight threes and make this game again.
And it'll be the alley-oop again. A great pass by Tal, but Stein unable to finish. It'll be Stevie Paul. He's got numbers. He'll take it himself as he finishes the lay. A 12-point game. RASG leads with 3:15 to play. Another steal by Paul. He'll go up. They're going to call it on the ground, though. Frisch will get possession back, and let's see what they can do with the ball.
Frisch is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. You know, we're talking about them having fun. They can't get legs, though. You know, they're up by 12 right now. They gave up an easy layup. They gave up an easy steal, and now Paul can go to the line to try to capitalize, cut this game down to 10.
Yeah, I'd say Paul has been the story for Frisch here today. Not anyone else, not so many people able to get going, but Paul has definitely been the spark for Frisch this morning. He misses the 1-and-1, and it'll be Schiff. He goes up top. That's Stein, the three. No good. Rebounded by Sformis. Can't handle it, but it'll be Schiff. Back over to Dobin.
No.
That's Lurie, I'm sorry, and Lurie, bottom. I believe he's 3 for 3 from deep, and he's looked sharp here this morning.
The Miami bench is hyped. Lurie hitting his 4th three of the game. But he's not only been doing that. He's been making great plays on the offensive end, great plays on the defensive end. As talking about defense,
it'll be Bental. He drives and he finishes the lay-in. Put RASG up by 17 points, and this game just might be too much for Frisch to handle. And again, Stolen, the defense has just been the story this morning. Schiff pushes, and he'll be fouled by Stepner. Oh, they're going to get Schiff for the offensive. Must feel good for Stepner. He finally gets a call.
Overly aggressive on Schiff. You know, he just got the steal. He had a full head of steam up the court. He really wanted that fast break. He's been doing it all game. Got a little bit, jumpy with that foul there.
And Benny Matheson has checked into the game for Frisch. That'll be his first action. He's a junior, so we'll be seeing a lot more of him next year. It'll be Stevie Paul. And that's over to Hirsch. Siegel up top. That's Stepner. Stepner, the long three. Good. 14-point game. As RASG, that's going to be Schiff. Brings up the ball up the court. Weaving through defenders. He gives it out. That's a three. That's his 4 miss, and that's good.
Well, we saw on the other end Jack Stepner stepping out to hit that three. That might have been a little bit more of a game plan for them, Frisch, earlier out, because Stepner is big inside. He can hit the three. He just missed one there. But we saw him hit a mid-range shot earlier. He's got a great touch, great all-around player. And, maybe earlier in the game they were trying to feed Jack inside. Maybe if they try to get him, out more to the three-point line, it would have helped him more.
And it'll be Schiff. He goes inside. 3 defenders collapse. Schiff thinks about the three, but he'll go back up top to Schiff. The long three, that's Bental, and that is gorgeous as they go up by 20. This is by far the biggest lead here this morning with just 1:15 to play. It's all just about over, as looks like RASG will take home this Tier 1 consolation prize. It'll go inside to Siegel, but that's stolen by Schiff. Gives up for Esformas. He's going to look to shoot. We know that. That's missed. Gets his own rebound. Wanted to shoot the three again. He's not happy about it, but he looks happy as he gets up with a smile on his face. It'll be Frisch ball with just 52 seconds to play. And, it's going to be the first action. That's not the first action. That's Rodenstein. He hasn't gotten a lot of minutes. He'll be back into the game. And let's see what Frisch does as they try to ride out their final minutes of this game.
What do you think the coach is telling Rodenstein when he comes into the game?
Probably just have a good time. That's been his message all day long.
Let it fly. Let it fly. I want to see Rodenstein shoot one of the threes.
And it's going to be Bental. A couple seconds separating the shot clock and game clock as Bental will go back to the free throw line. RASG fans having a good time. They've got fans here. They've got fat heads. We see a lot of smiles from those fans. And this got to feel good. All right, so they didn't go far in Tier 1, but they're playing great here this morning, having a good time, and that's great to see.
Yeah, any win is a great win, especially against Frisch. Frisch has been so dominant. Last year's champion. They've won multiple Sarachek tournaments, multiple Yeshiva League tournaments, and to go back to Miami and say, hey, we beat Frisch, that's something.
That's something. Frisch has been successful. We've talked about they've had 4 or 5 games in literally in a 7 or 8 day span. So They're tired. I'm sure they'll get some rest after this one. And but a great season from them as they push. There'll be 20 seconds left as Stevie Paul can't finish the layup. Stepner will grab the board. There's just under 20 seconds to go. As let's see if Frisch shoots the ball. Yeah, it'll be Stevie Paul for 3, and that's good. RASG will probably just run out the clock here as this Swarmus crosses over the half-court line. He'll wind it out. No, he's going to pull up from deep. As that misses, Frisch will hold the ball, and that'll do it for us here, the first game on Big Sunday. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break and then have the post-game show for you. And it'll be a good one, and we'll see you right back on the opposite side of this break. And we are here, post-game, with the winners, the RASG Warriors. A great game, a fun game. We're here with Ben Towle, Jacob Stein, Noah Schiff, and David Lurie. Boys, you guys had a good time out there. What was Coach's message to you today in the Tier 1 consolation game?
Just have fun and show that we're not a 7 seed. We shouldn't have been a 7 seed, but we shouldn't make an excuse for that. But yeah.
And you, Noah Schiff, you were controlling that ball all game. You had a good time out there. What was your mindset? Bring us to your game. How did you play out there, and how did you enjoy the game?
I had a great time. I just wanted to make one last run, and we're not playing here tomorrow. Really just go out, compete, and have fun. Have fun, play with a smile on your face. Show that we're not a 7 seed, blow out the team, and just really enjoy it. Play a game and have fun. Put on a show.
Now, Ben and Noah, you guys are seniors, you guys are leaving, you got Jacob and you got David, great players. What are you going to tell them for next year?
Just to keep their heads up. They're going to be a really young and good team. Jake next year has to be more aggressive. He's going to be the leading scorer, the best player next year. And David is going to be the key factor of them winning.
And Jacob, what are you going to have to do to be successful next year?
I have to score more. I'll do more because now that the seniors are leaving, it makes a big hole in the team. So I'm going to have to step up.
Awesome, guys. Great game. Fun game. Good luck tomorrow. We'll see you.
There you guys have it. We have DRSU coming up. Enjoy the game. We'll send it back to the booth. We'll have the call for you soon. DRSU, stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Arya Rubin. I'm from Chicago, and I'm majoring in finance. Over the past 2 years, I've had the opportunity to play on the men's NCAA volleyball team. This has given me the opportunity